What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Bralis. Castle level is a 23, so we'll jump into it on my archer and see what he's got. Alright. So this looks like a Cyclops charge, and then you're trying to set up your archers. Also, Cyclops chargers are actually pretty decent on damage now. They can actually be used as a DPS unit. I think 2 is about the max, so you did good there. I think having more than 2, you're going to kind of overlap your Cyclops' charge. Like, one will hit and push you away from the other Cyclops that's trying to charge at you. So I think 2 is about the max. I don't think I have any more than 1 in my castle, because they kind of give you diminishing returns the more Cyclops on charge that you use in one group. But 2 is like understandable because you can kill one with a headshot as it's charging to you, and then the other one will still charge to you and actually make the hit. This one, a lot of people are going to pull around the corner, so you're going to have that Zeke kind of pulling around the corner with it. Like, the only thing you could really do is to put the Zeke in this corner, but then he gets headshotted down, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just the room that you might want to switch out for a different room to use Zeke in. Alright, so we have a Hungerbot and a Cyclops. You basically want me to step up here and get pushed onto this. I'm just trying to think what this might actually do, so I want to see. Well, it didn't really work out the way you wanted it to. Oh, man. I'm gonna hit the springboard trap just to see what it does afterwards, though. So I'm not sure how you have this set up, so let's see. I get thrown into this, and then it just pulls another group, which I guess is fine. But I think that trying to use springboard traps in this day is very difficult, because it's just so easy to see the setup, you know? I see the springboard trap on the floor, and I'm just looking to see how you're going to activate that and what it's going to do, and I just kind of screw up the plan. Or in this case, it seems like Cyclops charge doesn't really set up that well for it. Alright. IMAXs are okay. I prefer Stairmasters, especially on this specialization. I think you get a lot less out of IMAXs than you would like 3 Stairmasters here on Teleport. Simply because, like, he only has a little bit of extra health. He won't do the same amount of damage as 3 different Stairmasters. And, I mean, he just kind of takes up space. Like, 3 different Stairmasters, you have to focus on them individually as they're teleporting around. I think the only reason to use IMAX is really on the Ominous Orb specialization. Alright. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of IMAXs, and a lot of people have used them in their castles. And I've had trouble with them here and there, but I just don't think that for 14 points they're really worth it as a unit. They don't have improved resistances, which is the main problem that I have with the new elites, the Vampire and the IMAX. Alright. Stab Assassin, I haven't seen one of those in forever. They're just so slow when they're spinning. Oh man, I want to like the Stab Assassin so much. I think they're such a cool unit. In this circumstance, you kind of have it so it's distracting for your archers to hit their shots, which is fine, I suppose. I don't know. I don't like Stab Assassins either. Alright, and then these Stairmasters, like I've said before, at this level, you're not going to do hardly any damage with them. Like, I can stand in this for days, and it's just not going to hurt that much. Although it overlaps a little bit, and it starts to hurt if you stand in all 3 orbs for like a while, you're not going to kill anybody with this, and, you know, it's not really going to force people to use potions if they're actively trying to dodge. So, like I said, I would use Teleport specialization until you get up to level 28 Stairmasters, then you can switch out of it. And if you want to use Ominous Orb, like you have the Stairmasters there, switch your IMAX to that. And use IMAXs for Ominous Orb and Stairmasters for Teleport, at least until level 28. That's when Ominous Orb on Stairmasters at least gets somewhat effective. Alright. That's scary. Zeeks are always just so scary now. They do so much more damage than they used to. Like, they're pretty easy to dodge, but if you mess up the timing at all, you just die instantly. This is a good group. It's similar to what I've used in my castle. My castle's doing quite well in terms of replays as of right now. I only have a couple of them, but I think I've beaten everybody on their first try. Maybe 1 or 2 people got through, I don't know. I have to go back and check again, but it's doing okay. It's not bad. Probably better than I thought it would do, to be honest. It was just something new that I wanted to see how it would work if I threw in a bunch of trash mobs that kind of worked well together. But yeah, pretty good castle. I would just say the Stairmaster and IMAX thing, if you switch those 2 specializations on those units, they'll both be a little bit more effective. Like, Stairmasters right now at your level are more effective on Teleport than they are on Ominous Orb, and then likewise, I think always IMAXs are better on Ominous Orb than on Teleport, but all in all, it was a pretty good castle. We'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have ethanHD, castle levels of 24. Again, jump into it on my archer. I think I've ran his castle a couple of times now, if I remember correctly. But I don't remember at all what it looked like before, because it's been quite a while. Alright, so we have these Stairmasters. I'm not sure if they still hit, if they started to hit again. I heard rumors that they reverted the change where it made you immune to damage as you were being pulled by a Hungerbot hook. I'm hoping that that's the case. Either way, with camera rotation, it's very easy to dodge hooks these days. Also, the hook has been nerfed. Its speed has been nerfed quite a bit, and also length, I believe. Which is a little unfortunate. It kind of makes these Stairmasters a little bit useless. Like, I don't know how you could possibly use them. I guess this situation where I have no other way of dodging, like, I'm stuck in a small area, and I have to pull back over a trap, that might be the only way. But IMAX on that specialization, I'm not really a big fan of. It's funny, this castle kind of reminds me of a castle that I used to see a couple patches ago. I mean, quite a few patches ago, like during the summer or something. With all the Stairmasters on this, and then springboard traps and stuff like that. If I was still rotated like this, this castle might actually go better for you. Alright, Dr. Skull, that's a good kind of new age unit. Nobody really used to use it at this level, but it's good now. Interesting that you have Enrage here. Was that an Enrage on Dr. Skull or a Puppeteer? I don't see a Puppeteer's corpse. So it must have been an Enrage on Dr. Skull. I feel like that's wrong. I think you should have this on Resurrect, and maybe you intended to and you just messed up the specialization for a second. I'm not going to pull this group just to see if it's skippable, because I feel like it might be. I think if you have three groups in this room specifically, one of them always has to be skippable. Yeah, so this group here, I could probably get away with not aggroing it, but I want to see the specializations again just so I'm sure. Okay, so it's that one that does it's the Puppeteer that's doing Enrage, and then this one's on Resurrect. Okay, so it was fine. I just didn't notice the Puppeteer corpse when I looked before, so that's fine. I think it can work. I like the Puppeteer because he resurrects extra units that you can, like, once they die, the little mini skeletons, the Dr. Skull will resurrect them as bigger skeletons. And then you have them all in Enrage, which increases their attack speed and movement speed, which is good as well. Got a Stab Assassin up there. 2 castles in a row. I haven't seen Stab Assassins in like 2 months, and then 2 castles in a row I see them. Alright, Cyclops Charge is a little bit late compared to the rest of your group here. I think if you could delay him or speed up the rest of your group, it would make me fight all of it at the same time, which would help out. Alright, and then the Stab Assassin here. Let's see how much damage he does if I let him hit me. 100 a tick, which, I mean, I'm high level, so it's okay. But the damage has never been the problem with the Stab Assassin. He's just so slow when he's spinning, and he's so easy to get away from. That's really the main issue. I saw a couple neat things from Stab Assassins back when Cyclopses still had their stun. Like when they charged and their stun lasted longer than it did before the nerf on it, which was like 2 patches ago. I saw some interesting things at level 28 and above with the blue Cyclopses. Trying to kind of flank you with the blue Cyclops and pushing you into Stab Assassins, and then all of them would get their full, you know, however many ticks of damage they do. And it could pretty much kill you, especially if they left that along with the damage buffs that they gave this patch. That would have actually been an effective thing that you could do. but with Cyclops only stunning you for pretty much a mini stun now, and really being turned into DPS units for all of their specializations, it kind of went away. Alright, this specific group here, I want to first of all see if it's skippable, because I think it might be. Secondly, I think that this Pete Palmer is way too far out in the open. Like, both of these units are too far out in the open. So first of all, I want to see if it's skippable, and then I'm going to show you kind of, I mean, you can obviously see that it's out in the open, but how much that matters. Okay, so it's not skippable. You can get to it that way. Let's see if I can go back around and kind of just demonstrate. Although I'm high level, so it's hard for me to demonstrate it, but I would do generally the same thing, except I would probably have to go one stage further. Right now, I'm going to drop a bear trap, or not a bear traps, volley, and then I'm going to immediately headshot this Pete Poundmore. If I was at like a level 32 Pete Poundmore, I would then have to drop bear traps, probably roll backwards, auto attack at once, and then headshot it again for it to kill. But for right now, all I have to really do is this, and it's probably all going to die. I mean, it's just because you can plan your attacks so easily. These guys really need to be behind walls or in chokes or something like that, where you can't really get at them as easily. Alright. This group, kind of a time waster, mostly support units, although the DPS from Cyclops has been buffed enough where it kind of works. I would almost just say take out one Hunger Bot, because I don't see the purpose in two of them. Also have probably a damage dealing trap here, because you have a lot of like stun and like forcing the attacker to lose control of his hero. So you want to have some damage here based on a trap, I would say. But I'd probably lose one of the Hunger Bots, throw in either a Bone Puppeteer or like a Dampener or something. Alright, Jimbos, Scorpio. I like the fact that you're trying to make it so that the Scorpio pulls you into a silence and then you can't get away from the Jimbos. That's kind of what you're going for. I don't know how effective it would be since you can see it from so far away. I mean, there's nothing you can do about a boss room, right? You can't block it off with walls or anything because it's so wide open. So it's an interesting boss room. I'm not sure how effective it is. I haven't really tried a double Jimbo boss room ever. I've done a lot with Scorpios. I've done a lot with like Scorpio 1 Jimbo and then thrown in some support with it. I don't know. It's not terrible. If it did work and you got them to get pulled into it, I think they would die like 100% of the time, especially at level 26 when Jimbos get their big damage increase. But we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have vibroboy. Castle level is a 31, so probably the highest level we've had. Well, not probably. It's the highest level we've had this episode. Could give me some trouble. We'll see how he has it set up. Alright, obviously it's one of those corner rooms that kind of goes around in a C shape. I don't know exactly the name, but this is pretty common to have like an Explodifier plus Dr. Skull in lately. It could be just a Dr. Skull, we'll see. Or just a Scorpio. Alright, well I'm going to still either way pull it back. Before this I used to double pull this almost all the time because it was always Explodifiers, and then you wouldn't have that follow-up damage from the, the Dr. Skull resurrecting everything. I actually am interested on how you get this specific starting room, because some of them have like that T, and then this one's just straight, and it's actually, I ran back here and I realized it was going to be hard to dodge the Scorpio, because I didn't really have anywhere to go. It's definitely like a better better starting room in terms of like defending advantage. That's unfortunate. I thought I was going to be able to stun the dampener and not get silenced. Alright, so the double pull is basically to combo with a Scorpio plus Zeke combo, which is good. Let's see what this one does. Alright, some Vamps. That's interesting. I still think Vamps you can just kind of volley yourself and then just run around in a circle, and for the most part they die. I think your healer is just a little bit late though. I think if you could either speed him up or slow down the Vamps somehow, it would make it so that he could probably get one tick of heal off, and then that would keep all of the Vamps alive through a volley, which would be really good for you. It would have probably actually given me a little bit of trouble. I don't see... Okay, there's a derp over here somewhere. I'm gonna see if I can volley it through the wall. I did. So, I know what you were going for, obviously, here. You wanted me to roll over the spike trap and then get stunned by the Cyclops, and then hopefully the Zeke hits his shots. The problem is the stun on the Cyclops isn't long enough anymore to really make Zeke hit his shots. I think you could actually dodge all of them still, if you get hit by that stun. If you just spam roll, I think you get out of all of them, but I'm not 100% sure. You might get hit by one. Definitely not two, though. Alright, where is that pulling from, I'm wondering? Or if it's just a fake pull. I don't really know what room I'm in right now. I think it must be... Okay, it's not fake, never mind. I may have to use a potion through this group, depending on how this goes. Looks like I should be okay, though. Alright. Obviously, I kind of like this group because I've used it in my castle a little bit. I've used a similar group in my castle. Not exactly this one because I don't have two battering rams in mind. What do I have replacing my battering ram? Hungerbot, battering ram, puppeteer, smelly warrior. What else do I put in those groups? I don't really remember. I think I put dampener or archer, or stairmaster on teleport. Two battering rams is okay though. It's not bad because oftentimes one of them, like, they won't charge together because they don't take damage together, or at least not equivalent damage. You know, like one of the headshots crit and then it activates it, and then the other one activates like seconds afterwards or something. All right, I'm gonna heal up here just to be safe. Scorpios are really good after the 50% hit point increase. They've kind of went back to big tanky monsters, which isn't a bad thing, I don't think. Oh, that's scary. Is there a puppeteer somewhere in here? Yeah. So you can see he got his tick of heal off here, and everything stayed alive. But it was all really low life. I guess not everything stayed alive, only one of the vamps or two of the vamps stayed alive, but the battering ram stayed alive. I also need to check the level. You might not have everything at level 32 yet, because you're only at level 31 castle. I don't know. Oh god. I thought he was going to attack farther downwards, because I had like moved just a second ago. If I didn't get that block, I'd probably die there. Like, I kind of rolled backwards and then stepped to the side, and I thought I could get the headshot on the Zeke because he was firing this way, but he was actually aiming straight at my face. Alright, again, kind of just volley yourself and then auto attack a couple times, and the vamps die pretty easily. That's the reason why I haven't used them. They could combo decently well in the groups that I've been throwing in there with the like random trash mobs. They might be okay. Having one of them in there, I should say. I think any more than one is... It's too easy to just kill them all with a volley and a couple auto attacks. Alright, what do we have? IMAX, Bone Puppeteer. Alright, is this guy defended? It looks like no, it looks like the Puppeteer is defended, so I don't think I can kill this Scorpio before he gets healed, unfortunately. Although if I can keep myself away from the Puppeteer long enough, I can. Yeah, I did. Okay. Because puppeteers have to get within range to summon their skeletons, then they can go to healing, which is a little bit frustrating. It's kind of weird AI. But it helps to prevent some exploitation that was happening before, like a while ago. Wonder what I can do against this. I think if I drop a volley and headshot immediately, I should be able to take out the Zeke. Yeah, okay. So that one you just had everything kind of clumped together, I think a little bit too much. I realize you put the derp there to be able to block off the headshot that I tried to do there, but if you just followed up like with a volley into a headshot, it still works. I don't know what exactly you could do to fix that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe, I mean, you could put the Cyclops in front of the Zeke, and then at least the Zeke survives, but the Cyclops would probably die. And then the person just has to dodge the Zeke shots, so I don't really know. Alright, that was interesting. If this hook was still as long as it used to be, I might have gotten hooked onto that. Unfortunately, it's super slow now, and it's like not long at all, so. Hunger bots are pretty weak. But this would have killed me. As it is now, I think I can skip them. Not a big deal because they're pretty easy anyway. You drop a volley on it, a couple auto attacks, and they all die. So it's not a big deal that they're skippable. Trying to do the same thing with the puppeteer that I did earlier. Get away from it basically, so that I can kill the Snottingham without dealing with heals. But yeah, not a bad castle. I'm trying to think of anything that I noticed that you needed to improve on. I probably mentioned a few things, but I guess that one Zeke thing where I could headshot it, but that's not something that everybody will do. It takes, it takes balls to be able to stand there and like headshot at a Zeke when a Cyclops charging at you. You have to know that you can do that, and I was pretty sure that I could. I like to test little things like that. If I die, like whatever, I learned something, But yeah, pretty good castle. That's number 3, so I'll end the video here. If you guys enjoyed, as always, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Eurocast, you can email me at frenzycastruns@hotmail.com. I usually update the list that's in there's like a spreadsheet in the description of the video. I usually update that once a week or so. So if you don't see your name immediately, just check back in a couple of days and I should have updated it. Other than that, we're going to be doing a giveaway again this Friday. So if you have a friend that wants a beta key or something like that, let them know. Just comment on the most recent beta key giveaway video, and I will be including them into the giveaway. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.